Hi guys, you don't know how excited I am to see you today. I haven't seen you for a while, so it's so wonderful to see you here. So let me know who is watching while I put my lights on. Woo! How you doing? I've got a really exciting one for you today. I know we say that, don't we, every single time. But I'm really excited about this because this really has getting this technique and learning the skills how to do it, training on how to do it, now training others has really changed my business. So do any of these things relate to, do you relate to any of these type of person? You know what I mean? Are you somebody who's really busy? Are you somebody who gets fatigue? Are you somebody who gets easily overwhelmed with stuff? Maybe you don't really get on with technology particularly well. Maybe you have ADHD or get very distracted. Maybe you hate editing. So maybe that applies to you. Who else? Loads and loads of different sorts of people who this can really help. So does that mean basically everybody? I think it might do. So yeah, video podcasting, we can call it vodcasting, all sorts of things. I can't think of the other terms right now. It's quite a new thing, and I don't know whether you've heard about what's happening in YouTube at the moment, what's just happened. Some very exciting things have happened on YouTube. So before I get really into it, do say hi in the comments. Great to see you here. And thank you for watching. And I'm just going to bring in our lovely podcast listeners as I just play this very short intro. So grab a cuppa, get your notepad out because I have some jolly juicy stuff to share with you. So I will be here in just a few seconds.
This is the Thrive with Live show, the podcast where you can learn to go live with poise, professionalism, and peace of mind. Live video is the best free tool to win clients and grow your income and authority. So, if you want to ditch the overwhelm and confusion to skyrocket your online success through the dynamism of live video, then you are in the right place. This podcast covers all aspects, from your mindset, voice, style, and personal branding to all the technology and tools you need to get started and grow with live video. And now, here is your host, Katie Simpson.
And here I am, spilling the tea on 3 reasons why I think video podcasting is great for busy or fatigued business owners, or business owners who just feel overwhelmed or they get really distracted by things. They don't have time, patience, or energy to spend fiddling around making their content all over the place. They feel it just drains them. They feel that maybe they have ADHD and so, get very easily distracted and need something with a clear workflow. They can keep focused by ticking the boxes of what they've got to do in Asana or wherever it is. And they can produce content, all sorts of content, all over the place in just one take. So video podcasting has changed my business life. Before I knew about video podcasting, I loved live video and I went live when I could, but it was all a bit random. It was quite friendly. I met loads of wonderful people who I'm still friends with now on social media, but it wasn't really getting my business anywhere. Video podcasting just if you know the skills and techniques and how to do it, and what I'm going to share with you today, you can create some content, be that with a guest or you on your own, or maybe a few guests, or maybe you're at an event or something, and you can create really great content once, and it can last for however long you want it to, really, because you can really pull out and tease all the goodness out of that content for all your social media channels. Now, before I carry on, I don't know about you, but when I hear about people saying, oh, you can repurpose your content all over the place and just plonk the same stuff everywhere, that doesn't really work. In fact, that can actually be detrimental to your business, to building your audience. People can think, oh, this is cut and pasted, maybe it's AI, I don't really trust it. They can think that, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about creating really great content that is suitable for each of the channels that you're on. It works for them. It's obviously your words, it's not AI, although using AI can really help. I'm just going to talk about that a little bit in a minute. But it really changed my business, and I love actually teaching this to people now and helping them to change their businesses as well. Because who wants to get absolutely exhausted with trying to create content and trying to grow their authority, trying to grow their audience? And it just feels so exhausting, and we don't always have the resources to pay for a person to do this and that and the other. So if you're a solo entrepreneur, then this can work for you as well. If you're somebody who can pay people to do various bits for you, that's fantastic, and that will make your workload go much smaller. But as a solo entrepreneur, you can do all this too. So let me show you what we're going to be talking about today. So 3 reasons why video podcasting, and if you're listening to this, I hope and believe that this could well apply to you as well. So the first reason that I'm going to go into in a minute is that it crushes overwhelm, time shortage, overthinking. So let's just have a think about how it can do that. So you can do all this without having tons of tools, without having to know a whole load about technology, without having to spend a lot of money on different technologies and learning them all. There are some things that I really would suggest that you do it, because they really can help reduce the workload and automate things, not in a robotic way that isn't you, but in your descriptions and things like that. They can really help with you that. So the first thing I would really suggest for crushing overwhelm, overthinking and perfectionism, which has really, really helped me big time, is scheduling a live training, a live interview, a live show. You can call it what you want. Just schedule going live on social media. And in the native apps now, even on your phone, you can schedule a live video now, which is fantastic. So this really helps with a whole load of things. The main thing, though, that it really crushes overthinking. If you schedule your video podcast, your live show, let's just think of it as being a live video training at the moment. Don't worry about the podcasting bit. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Your live video it goes out the same time each week, let's say, and your audience know that it goes out the same time each week, and you know that it goes out the same time each week, and you don't want to let them down. Now, I have to just give a caveat to myself just there, because for health reasons, that has been pretty nigh on impossible for me for quite a long time. So don't, if that is the same for you, don't add to your pressure and concern and overwhelm and overthinking. Just do your best. But if that isn't a problem for you, then it's going to really, really help you to just make sure you get the content out. So you've scheduled it, you've got to show up. Otherwise, it will look weird on your social media platforms. That there may be people waiting for your live because they get a notification, and then they're like, oh, so you don't want that. You don't want that. And you know you don't want that. So it makes you think, right, I'm just going to go for it and get my content out. So that really, really helps us if we're somebody who overthinks things, if we get overwhelmed, etc. Because, lots and lots of people want to create a YouTube channel, for example, and loads of people create YouTube channels and hardly do anything in there because, you think you can do another take and, oh, it wasn't good enough, I'll do it again. And, oh, I hated that. All this sort of thing can make them just get in a right old mess and not actually put out that YouTube video. So live video can get away from all of that stuff that gets in our head. Our head gets so in the way, doesn't it? So schedule it. I would recommend when you're scheduling it that you use a third-party app. Because you can then do something really, really groovy that I'm going to talk about on number 2, which is making tons of content in only one take. So I'll get to that. So I would recommend using a third-party tool. So not going live natively into Facebook, natively into Instagram or whatever, but you can use like Restream, or the one that I adore as well. Restream is brilliant for beginners. The one for more advanced people, users, is Ecamm Live, which I'm using right now. A really fun one is wave.video. And there's one that Emily McHugh, if you know her, she uses OneStream. And she goes live to multiple places at once. So that is really good. So that's a third-party tool. And so I'd really recommend that you consider scheduling a live training, because you just feel you can't get out of it. You want to show up for your audience. You want to show up for yourself. You want to keep the momentum going. So just do it. The second thing is, do your training in one take. So if it's a live video like I am doing right now, I am just doing one take, warts and all. I'm forgiving myself when I make a little mistake, and I can actually make that into a bit of an engagement opportunity. We all are human. We want human to human interaction. We don't always want something that is so slick and there's nothing wrong with it at all. We want to get to know that person as well as hear what they've got to say. So this is an example. I just need to cough, excuse me. Gonna have a sip of my ginger tea. So do the training in one take, and you have to do that when you're live. And don't worry if there's a massive problem right in the middle or wherever it is. Don't worry, because post-production, so after your live video, you can easily take that out with a simple tool that I'm going to tell you about. Next thing, get a tight workflow down. Now, this is a complete game changer to making this system work. So I don't know whether you know how to use Asana or Trello or ClickUp or Motion is one of them, I think. Not Notion, but I think it's called Motion. There's a few now, aren't there? But in there you can make like a template of your workflow, like a checklist, and you can just go down the things, the simple little things that you've got to do, and tick, 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 tick. Isn't that a wonderful feeling? Are you like me and you just love ticking off things off your list? You're like, yes, even if it's a tiny little thing. Oh, it's such a good feeling, and it really helps with that awful overwhelm. So the workflow needs to have 3 bits to it, really. The pre-production, your actual production, or we could call that the run of show, and your post-production. So in the pre-production, you can have, if you're going to have guests on, you can have choose a guest, book the guest, send the guest a checklist. You know, that's a little helpful aside. They could do with a checklist to help them sound great and look great on your video. I can give you these things if you need. Get their bio, get their photo, any links that they have, prep the questions that you're going to ask them, or if it's a solo show, prep what you're going to say, your 5 points, your call to action, your intro, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's just a few things, and you can use a template for your run of show. That really, really helps. You can also put in there a fun little segment or a little aside few moments. That works really, really well on audio for podcast and really well on video as well, because it helps the engagement, it helps the fun element of it. So post-production, you can, if you're using a third-party tool, a lot of them automatically give you the video file immediately. All you have to do is click it to download it. The audio file, and sometimes more than one audio file. If they're really good software, they'll give you an audio file for you, an audio file for your guest, and maybe an audio file for your sound effects. Do we love that? Yes, here we go. And this is fire as we learn these things. So in this way, you can make tons and tons of content. So you can take the audio file, you can put it into a program like the one called Descript, which is becoming extremely popular around the world, because once you get the hang of using it, it is so quick and easy, because you can take your video and put it in there and it uploads in there, or you can take your audio. I put my video in there. I just wait for a half an hour show like I'm doing right now for the Thrive with Live show. When I put it in there, it takes like a minute to upload it in there, and at the same time as it's uploading the video, it is transcribing it. Isn't that fire? My mind is blown with that. Woo! So yeah, Descript, it's not very expensive, and you can make a whole load of mini pieces of content from it inside there, or you can put it into Canva afterwards. It's up to you. You can take out little quotes easily because you've got the words in there. You can just read it like a bit like a Word document. You can make an audiogram of it, so you can have like the words like a karaoke style of graphic. So the words come across as you hear the audio, but you don't see the video. You can make mini videos that really look like professional reels, people do with the fancy captions. You can do that inside there. You can add an intro for your podcast. What I'd recommend is you've made it earlier and you use the same one. Speedy, quick, just pull it in there. Your outro, just speedily put that in there. You can repair the sound quality and level the sound. So say that your guest comes in on a really dodgy internet signal or whatever, you can apply a thing called Studio Sound to it and repair the quality. And then you can upload that to your hosting platform. So you can upload the whole thing to your podcasting platform. Now, when you're in your podcasting platform, it depends which one you're using. A really good one is Captivate FM, which I'm really familiar with because I love it, because one of the things that you can do is that you can have templates of your different types of podcasts. And maybe some of your episodes are shorty episodes, just you and the microphone just speaking for a few minutes. And you can do a template of the description and just put it in there, just paste. Or you can have other different templates. You can have your links already in there. You don't have to do anything. It is so cool. And if you want to sell something at some point, you can make a little advert and put it in there and then easily change those adverts out as your whim takes you. So that is fantastic. Let's hear the air horn for number 1. It crushes overwhelm, time shortage and overthinking, and enables you to make tons of content. Let's get into it. Woohoo! So making tons of content. So one of the things that is really, really good that you can do now with these third-party tools is that you can multi-stream. I was teasing you with this a little bit earlier. So you can multi-stream. You can stream live to multiple places all at once. And it's so easy to do with good third-party apps like Ecamm Live, Restream, Wave.video, and I believe OneStream does that fairly easily too. So me personally, I go live on YouTube and in my Facebook group, in my Facebook page, in my Facebook profile, and sometimes I go live in LinkedIn as well, which is easy. Instagram have now enabled some of its users to use a third-party platform, but not me. They don't love me. It's probably because I don't love them too much. Don't tell everybody. That's just personal preference. Maybe I'm getting old. Anyway, so you can live stream to multiple places at once using a third-party tool, and you're just there. You've written your description once with all your links in it, what you're going to be talking about, why they should listen to it, and you've pasted a thumbnail, like a YouTube shape type thumbnail, make it quickly in Canva, place it on that, make it look good. But and then that automatically goes to all those places. Bingo. Yeah. So get it done. And then people say to me all the time, "Oh, you're everywhere. You're so exhausting. I can't believe you're everywhere." They really, really don't know. They honestly, out of 90% of the people in the world, I really am not everywhere. I have to rest most of the time, and that means not being able to do anything or see anybody or do any work. So it really is amazing what live streaming or multi-streaming can do for you. So take out quotes, make audiograms, make all sorts of graphics and reels, video shorts. They are all the rage at the moment, and you can do that all within Descript, because the amazing thing is that Descript can actually cut your video size. It's so easy. You just click whether you want it vertical or portrait, or whether you want a custom size. And rather than you ending up being a tiny little rectangle in the middle and a whole load of black around when people are watching on, YouTube or whatever, it actually, you can add your own backgrounds, and you can blow your video up if you went live vertically, so that it all fits, and it all looks great with your branding and everything. So do try that. You can make templates in Canva. You can paste quotes and audio clips in there. Now, what I'm going to talk about in the next one, about how it attracts different audiences, I'll carry on explaining the things that you can make in that section. But so I'm just giving an aside there, because there's all other things, a lot of other things that you can make extra content with. But let me just get on to my last point, is take the transcript and play with it in an AI tool. And then you can create all sorts of written posts and content. So let me get on to number 3 before I tell you all of the answers of number 3 without even getting to it. So number 3, reason why video podcasting is so great and could really, really help you, like it has done me, is that it attracts different audiences. I often talk about this because it can attract high ticket clients. People don't often have much time to watch live videos anymore. It's partly that, and it's a lot of it's to do with the algorithm as well. Long form videos aren't really in favor so much right now. So you can, if you have your live show that you've put onto your hosting platform, by changing it to audio and adding your intro and outro and mastering the sound, and this doesn't take long, by the way. My workflow for a half an hour episode takes me about 1.5 hours if I'm being really picky by listening to the whole episode through and editing quite a lot. It takes me 1.5 hours to have made a video short, an audiogram, a quote, image, and the actual podcast, and there's more I can do. So we want to attract people who haven't got so much time on their hands, so busy business owners who are successful and they love hearing content, but they haven't got time to sit and watch a live video. And also, because they're busy, it probably doesn't show up on their social media feed anyway. And in an app like a podcasting app, so maybe they're using Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or soon to be YouTube, YouTube Music, by the way. We'll have podcasts on it soon. It's very exciting. So having different audio or video for different types of clients who have different types of lifestyle can be really, really great. And our learning styles are different. Our preferences are different. I happen to love watching live videos and also listening to podcasts for different reasons. If you've got somebody in your ears, it tends to be a really different vibe from if you're listening to them on a live show. On a live show, that person is probably just scrolling through, can see you, might stay for a little bit and then disappear. On podcasts, they can be really loyal fans. They will probably listen to your whole episode, or at least most of it. And they may well binge listen to you as well, which is fantastic. So if you have audio, video, and written content. It suits everybody. So once you've got put your content into Descript and you've used it to do all the other things, you've then got the transcript anyway. It might be a little bit, it will need a little bit of tweaking, but you can use bits of that to inspire your emails. You can use the whole thing and put it into an AI tool to inspire a blog post, to help you write the blog post. There are actually tools that will write these things for you. They're using AI as well, so it's much better if you actually employed somebody if you don't want to spend time doing a whole blog post. And the other styles you can do is writing your show notes, because a show note is like a précis of your live show, your live event, your live video. Okay, so I hope that inspires you. If you'd like to know how to do it, just get in touch with me. Send me a DM. I'm at Katy Simpson, Katy Simpson, on Facebook and Instagram, and LinkedIn. So, and Twitter, I think. So get in touch with me in one of those places, and I'd love to help you with this. It is such a game changer, and I love helping business girls to get their voice and their message out there, get it out there, to stop the overwhelm and overthinking and keeping it to themselves, but helping others with what they have learnt and with their capabilities and things. And this is just a perfect way of doing it. If the algorithm is towards reels one week and then towards like square graphics the next week or whatever, it doesn't worry us, because we're doing it all anyway. So this is a technique for all seasons, as it were, for all algorithm changes, whatever's happening, and it can make you money, because your clients, wherever they are, they will hear about you, they will see or read your content, they will hear your content, and they will think, wow, this person is all over the place. This person is really professional. This person must hire a big team. They must be really being successful, and lots of people are following them. I need to follow them. That really, really can happen for you, and it's not too difficult. So I have a course about this if you're interested in it, or if you'd like me to help you one-to-one on setting this up for you. I am a video podcasting manager, so I would be very happy to help you set up your video, your podcast, put them both together. Happy marriage. And so just let me know, and we'll get you soaring with your content. Thank you so much for being with me, and I hope this was really helpful. I've got a little idea I had. If you could write me a review on Apple Podcasts, if this has been helpful, then I will sing you a little song in one of the future episodes. I am actually a trained singer and a singing teacher, by the way. It's not just a random person saying that. So I would be happy to sing you a little ditty, a little song on a future episode if you enjoyed it, benefited from it, or you shared it with somebody else and they benefited from it, and you could write me a review on Apple Podcasts. It's really easy to do, by the way. All you need to do is go to the main show page. So you're not looking into the specific episode, with all the details about the episode on the page, but you're going into the main page with all the episodes listed. and you scroll right to the end and it's just there. It is really easy to do, and it would make me do a happy dance and a song. So hopefully next week I can sing you a little song, and we'll all hopefully enjoy that. Okay, so take care, go live. And by the way, we have the leader challenge happening in a few days' time for April, all the month of April. We are going live every day in April and just helping each other. Just get out there, just do it, just have the confidence and you will grow. Even if you're a really confident person on video, I am going to do it because I need to work through some mindset things myself. I need to try things out, and I just really want to help people to do the same. So consider going into our group, the Live Video and Podcasting Success Hub on Facebook, and we are going to do it in there in a supportive space every day or whenever you can do it. There's no judgment at all about that. All right, all the best. See you next week.